Even romance had to be placed on a solid organizational footing, or it would have vanished altogether in all this chaos.
And really, is it so strange if you think about it? In the Middle Ages, a knight would obtain a talisman from a witch to find an enchanted beauty. Today, an agent supplies a young man with a transistor that does the same thing, and apparently much faster.
It's quite possible that true, spontaneous and fateful romance never existed at all. Maybe it always required an intermediary.
This time, my firm stride and quick pace led me into the poorer quarters of the city. A striped cat stared at me from an alley with agate eyes and darted off to nowhere.
Why not go a little farther?
The insinuating voice sounded as if inside my head. There are adventures one probably shouldn't go looking for. This is the least suitable setting for romance. I shouldn't have listened to the radio and failed to return to my usual well-lit, orderly world. My reaction was instinctive and immediate. I prepared to make a run for it and bring a policeman, better yet, 2 or 3.
You can handle it yourselves.
Like hell I can.
The newspapers are full of stories about daredevils who thought they could handle criminals.
As a rule, they all ended up in the hospital, where they had plenty of time to reflect on the gaps in their education in fist-fighting. I plunged headlong into the dark abyss of the alley. For some reason, the robbers did not notice me.
Hey, take it easy, buddy. Better to drop dead than make a living like this.
You came.
I couldn't help but come.
I knew it.
She looked at me.
Without wasting time, we set off for her apartment. On the way, I noticed a huge, sparkling diamond in her hair. Only much later did I realize that it was not a jewel, but a cleverly disguised transistor switch. The following evening, I once again could not stay at home. I walked along the street, trying to appease the little demon of dissatisfaction that quietly scratched inside him. It was a wonderful night, a night of tender shadows, silken strands brushing my face, and tears of gratitude when the girl wept on my shoulder. And yet, the girl was not to my taste, just like the first one, and there was nothing to be done about that unfortunate fact. After all, you can't just throw together 2 complete strangers at random and expect that a sudden burst of passion will turn into love. Love has its own laws, and it will never deviate from them. The radio was silent, and I wandered at random.
The transistor was in no hurry to offer advice. So I began. A pleasant night.
Perhaps, or perhaps not.
There is beauty in it, for those who wish to see it.
How surprising. I certainly didn't expect to hear.
Really? Is it truly so surprising that I am here and that you are too?
Perhaps not.
I thought that what an adventure, truly elemental and fateful.
It wasn't the radio that brought me here, and it wasn't the radio whispering the right words, telling me how to behave. I have found my love without the help of the New York Romance Service.
Do you like me?
Like you. That's not the word for it.
I'm glad, because I am an experimental model of free romance, provided to you for trial by the trust Great Romance Manufacturing, headquartered in Newark, New Jersey. Our firm offers you truly elemental and fateful romance of any kind. Drawing on technological innovations, we have eliminated crude, makeshift devices like transistors, which introduce stiffness and a sense of constraint where you should feel no control at all. We are happy that our experimental model has pleased you. Do remember, however, that this is only a sample, the first taste of what Great Romance Manufacturing, with branches worldwide, can offer you. In this brochure, sir, you will find several standard projects outlined. You may be interested in the romance at all latitude cycle. If you possess a bold imagination, you will likely prefer the piquant set Romance Through the Ages. Also take note of the ongoing Urban Project, and... Sir, I hope we have not offended your feelings. These purely business aspects of romance are inevitable, but temporary. After that, our romance becomes immediately elemental and fateful. You will simply receive a bill once a month, by mail, in an ordinary envelope with no return address, and...
But I was already running away, down the street. As I ran, I yanked the transistor from his lapel and hurled it into the gutter. The romance sales agents never managed to foist their goods on me. I had an aunt whom I called, and she, clucking excitedly into the receiver, immediately arranged a date for me with the daughter of one of her old friends. We met in the aunt's living room, cramped with an abundance of decorations and knickknacks, and, stumbling over every word, spent a good 3 hours talking about the weather, politics, work, college, and mutual acquaintances. And apparently, something in this strictly formal, antiquated courtship had a most beneficial effect on us. I began to court her, and we were married 3 months later.
It is worth noting that Henley was among the last to find himself a wife in such a peculiar, old-fashioned, unreliable, unsystematic, and unproductive way. For service companies immediately sensed the commercial potential of the Henley method. A graph was drawn up charting the effect of confusion and embarrassment on the psyche. Moreover, the role of the ant in the American courtship system was given a financial valuation. That is why one of the most widespread and highly valued services today offered by such companies is to supply standard ants for young men, provide these ants with shy and bashful girls, and ensure the proper setting. Namely, a brightly lit living room filled with knickknacks, an uncomfortable couch, and an energetic elderly lady bustling about with coffee and homemade cookies, bursting into the room at precisely calculated, irregular intervals. People say it takes your breath away, to the point of delirium,